Hello everyone, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. I junk journal, I slow stitch, I do that as sustainably as possible. And today we are slow stitching and we are making wearables. That is a denim skirt. So I've been making denim skirts for 25 plus years, basically. I remember I was living in a shared house after I graduated from university. And it was full of girls and we used to make over our clothes all the time, and this was one of the things we used to do. So we would take a pair of jeans and we would chop them up and make a skirt. Now this is one I've done when I was in, I think, my 30s. Always been, well, not always, in my 20s I wasn't a chubby girl, but 30, after I had a baby. So it needs a bit of repair. I'm going to fix that, and I think I might be, because I'm on a weight loss journey, be able to fit back into that soon. So this is a pair of jeans and it's a linen top. I've actually forward planned and put more material than I really need in it so that I can do repairs, which, you know, thank you, past Lindsay. But you can sort of see the construction here. I cut up the legs and then kind of sewn it so that it's flat. It was a small pair of jeans, so I had to cut the sides off, and then I've put panels. If I turn it like that, you'll be able to see. And this is how, if you want to make anything bigger, if you're going to make it into a skirt, that's what you basically do. You sort of measure how much you need to add, cut the front and the back off, make them separate, and then split the difference in half and put 2 panels in, and then you end up with you know, the right size. This would even work because I'm currently, I should have brought it up, but it's downstairs in a basket. I'm currently working on a pair of shorts to do that I'm making from 2 pairs of shorts that my husband found. Well, they were the 2 pairs of cargo pants that my husband found in charity shops when he was walking around. I asked him to find me things, and he does. So that's how you make things bigger. So plus sizing. If it's a pair of jeans that already fit you, you don't need to do that. You just need to do the front bit. There's also a different way of doing it. So there's, like, you know, there's the usual making a triangle at the bottom to fill the gap, or you can sort of cut like at the hip and go all the way down and do that on both sides. I kind of kept the pocket and then just put a lovely portion of another skirt, or it could be anything really. It could be a tablecloth, anything. And I've kept it all the same length. This is another one where I think I made this in my 40s, and my friend's husband's pair of jeans, she was throwing a load of stuff out, and I was like, I will have them. And I've just put a panel in there. It's doubled up to expand. So let me know if you want to do that, and then I will put it on my list. I can't guarantee when that would be, but I will happily work through that process with you. Or we could do it as a live or something, I don't know. What have I done here and what have I got here? I've got a pair of Bowden jeans that I bought from you, and I bought them when everybody else was wearing skinny jeans, and I just couldn't do it. I just was like, no, I can't do skinny jeans. And I wore them and I wore them and I wore them, and this happened, which I was really surprised for a pair of jeans that cost me over £100. And it took a year or so for it to happen, but I like to wear my clothes until they literally die. So I was very disappointed. I put a patch in and I wore them for quite a while, with a patch, and I stopped reaching for them, and now wide leg jeans are back, so I've replenished my stock, and this is going to make another skirt. It's going to make a really cool skirt I'm quite excited about, really, with an old scarf I found in a charity shop and some fabric samples. So what have I done already, and how are we going to make it work? This is the simple bit. You get a pair of scissors and you cut all around, and you follow this French seam, because you want this to be at the front, and then you don't want you want a raw edge at the back. Yeah. So when you cut into your pair of jeans, we put it all back together, And I did cut into these jeans on camera and it all went a bit wrong, so that's why it's already cut up. So when you cut down, make sure that you're cutting with this seam at the front. So on both legs you want that seam on the front because it's part of the decorative stitching. So already providing a hem, it's just part of the structure. It doesn't work when you try to do it the other way, basically. Right, so you've got everything cut up, so all of your leg cut up, and you cut it to the crotch there, and you'll notice it kind of like comes up like that. And what you want to do is snip and snip and snip until it'll fold flat. And that's the best rule of thumb, really, because then that starts to make the A shape for the skirt. Now, if you wanted to make it like a pencil skirt, you would keep cutting up and you would move the flap a lot closer. But an A shape is much more comfortable. You'll be able to move more freely, even with a maxi skirt. And I've got a bit of another thing for the moving freely at the back. We're going to have a bit of a split. So you do that. When you're satisfied that that's flat enough, and you will do lots of undoing it and pinning it and undoing it and pinning it until you get a fit or it's looking flat. When you pick it up, if it's hanging right, you'll get a feel for it, basically. That's the best way to describe it. And like I said, I've been making these on and off 25 years. So you've got that there. When we come to stitch it, which may not be in this video, I think this is a planning stage. I'll have a show you on the other one. Let's show you. Here's one I made earlier. Very Blue Peter. If you're British, you know what I mean. So I just put a whip stitch. It's all flat, so it's sitting flat on my hand. Can you see? And I just do a whip stitch. I can back stitch along these lines and it's almost invisible, and I've whip stitched here, so it's all lying flat. So that's the beginning of that there for that side. We're going to flip it over and we're going to do the back. Okay, so for the back, I need a drink because it's hot. Again, the seam that's got the sort of denim French seam, you know, the kind of typical jean seam, you want that to be on the outside. This flappy bit, put that, again, you are thinking about having it as flat as possible. This is definitely reminding me that I need to go back to Pilates. Because chubby girly on the floor in my 50s. This is why I've not made one of these in a while. There we go. Well, actually, I did make one. My shorts that I'm working on, but I did that on the sofa. And it wasn't for viewing. Okay, so I unfortunately also left all my pins downstairs with those shorts. But I found that little pin case. So you want it to be flat. Then you just want to put a pin in. And that will keep that flat. And you can see that on the back, this bit is much bigger than the front. And that's okay. That's okay. And you will kind of fuss with it. As you go down, you might think, oh, that doesn't look quite as flat, and you move it a little bit. But it's giving me a good A shape. I'm quite happy with that. Quite happy with that. Okay, so now we have to sort of fill in the panels. So let's see what material we've got. Let's lay these out. don't need really to see the bottom. I think the most important thing is to see, yep. So we've laid it out. It's as flat as we can make it. That's alright, that's flat. And we've seen how much of a gap we've got to work with. This is the fabric that I have. And let me show you. So we've got this blue stripe that I quite like. We have some brown. I do have some more of that if I needed it. We have these amazing stars that are all made out of French knots that I've pulled off a scarf I bought from the charity shop. We've also got from that scarf, so I think I've got 6 of those stars. We've got this like fringy piece with the French knots. Quite like that. Now this is a very thin material, but it is a hard wearing material because it's a linen. But I'm going to double it up. I could interface it and all of that, but you know what? I'm not going to, because I know that it'll probably be alright. And if it's not, I'll patch it up with something else. So that's kind of easy breezy, slow stitch for pleasure. Right, so I've got 5 of them there. I know I definitely want to have a star covering that, because that's where the dodgy bit is. And then I have this bit that I think I can pull it quite low down there, and that will mostly fill in the gap until we kind of get to here, and then I can build it out with this stripe, or I can build it out with this stripe like that. We will see. And then these, I'm just going to place them strategically around, and I might pause it and then I'll show you what I've done, and then you'll see what I mean, and then we'll do the back. All right then, see you in a minute. And so after about half an hour of me fussing about, I have worked out what the arrangement is to kind of complete the gap. So I have this. I'm going to have to iron that linen. If I can find something that will fuse 2 pieces of linen together, I might do that just to have some extra strength. Otherwise, I'll just sort of double stitch it down and it'll just be 2 pieces together like I showed you with this skirt. Because this is linen. It's a closer weave linen, but still linen is really hard wearing. I think that would be alright. And like I said, when it's not, I can just replace it. I don't really worry too much. I just make sure it's sewn well enough together that I can put it in the washing machine, and I know that I'll be able to do that. I have these patches left, so I've pinned one where the mark is. There's another one further along that you can't see out of shot that needs to be brought down, but I will just be throwing them on randomly like that. I just sort of stitching them on. I keep finding these little bags, which is my original, oh, can you see? You know, this is my logo. I'll replace with a red button because I love the red button on this logo. But this will go somewhere. I will probably overstitch the stamping, but I feel like I need to put the vintage button on it. So I don't know. It'll kind of be somewhere on the front-ish, I think. I don't know. I might put it on the back. Do you want to see what the back looks like? So we've got that for the front. Let's take them out and they don't fling everywhere. Hoping I have enough pins that it'll stay. Oh, roughly it does. So this is the back, and what I did was I split the panel into 2. It's not quite finished because I'm not quite sure. Let me know in the comments if you stayed this long. Give me a like and a subscribe, all those things that help me make my little channel grow. But what would you put to address this panel? Because actually, I'm thinking of not doing anything and just sort of mounting the star on this fabric so it's really, really sturdy. Because this would be sort of mid-calf length, so there's no modesty issue in this. Not that, well, no, I wouldn't want to be immodest, but you know what I mean. So I think, because I've got, these are like hemmed, they're not the raw edge, so I think it might look alright just with the star at the back. And then I've got plenty of movement. I can walk really well in the skirt. I'll need to iron it. I need to decide what am I going to do about the bottom. I think I will iron it down and I might put some more stitching in just to make it lay flat, because it's where my boots have kind of like ridden up the back of the leg. But I can sort that out, that'll be fine. And I think this will be a nice kind of autumn winter long skirt that I can pop on my Doc Martens, nice pair of tights, and be off and away and feel like I have something that is completely unique to me, and something that hasn't cost the earth, literally financially, or the earth physically, kept things out of the landfill, all of that good stuff. And yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. I think what I might do as well is I might go in with my white gel pen, and that'll be another video. I think that might be the final video for the skirt where you'll see it. I'll go into white gel pen and write all over it and do a bit of journaling on my clothes, because it is wearable art. So that's where we're going. It's a really limited palette and I like the colours together. Yeah, I'm excited. So we'll put it back that way. And I don't know how I'm going to do the thumbnail, but we'll work that out. Alright then, I will talk to you soon. There's not a stitch been sewn, but a project has been planned out. Have you ever done anything like this? Let me know. Is this something you've considered doing, like making wearables? I know off the last slow stitch video when I did a show and tell, people, you know, there was somebody in the comment was saying, oh, I'm going to go and look at my handbags and see what I can embellish. Have a look in your wardrobe, see what you can chop up, make it into something new. It's only fabric. That's all I think. I was going to throw these things away, or they would have been thrown away anyway. So we may as well experiment and have some fun. Alright then everyone, I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.